Today I'm super actually excited about this. So we want to talk about some of the worst heroes and some of the best villains and why we either love or hate them. And it might be controversial because I know mine are for sure.
We're going to do 3 of each for this episode. And we're going to have a whole series of this because this is like favorite topic between the two of us. So
people will disagree with me, and I know that because a lot of people do as
That's
I
fine.
talk to this or talk to people about this. But 2 of the heroes that I do not like, Armin and Zenitsu, if you can believe it, is worse than Armin, actually, I'd say. They're about the same level, though.
you just lost so many friends.
They both are horrible characters, and I do not like either of them. And I know most people won't agree with me, and I'm sorry. You can love them if you want, and that's fine. I don't hate you for loving them, but
She does.
I don't understand why you do,
She
but
hates you.
people have tried to explain to me why. But, you know, funnily enough, they can't. Funnily, is that a word? Funnily enough. They can't even tell me why they like him. They're like, oh my gosh, because he's like so cute. Oh my gosh, because he like is smart.
Because he's smart.
And I'm like,
For
okay,
Armin,
well, he's smart. Good for him. I can say that he's smart. That doesn't mean I like his character. Like, please.
You can hate smart people, right?
Right. Smart people are stupid. Okay, to start, Armin. He is so freaking whiny. And I did watch it in dub first, and I hated his character. Like, I loathed his character.
The dub is bad as always.
I watched it in sub, and then he kind of just became, I strongly, like, hated him rather than loathed, okay? Like, so it wasn't as bad for sure, but he is so whiny. I can't even handle it. He is always, like, acting like he is, oh, I'm so pathetic. I have no value. I don't do anything to, like, contribute to anything. Like, everyone else is always doing this and blah, blah, blah. And here's the thing. He does mention, like, people are always saving him, and that's true. People always save him because he's pathetic. I'm just kidding. But 5 seconds in, he would have died had it not been for Aaron, okay? Like, Aaron saves him a million times. The only thing he has going for him is that he's, like, smart. He has some good ideas sometimes. But guess what? So does, like, Commander Ervin. And guess what? He's amazing. So, I mean, it's just, you know what? I can't talk about more than just he is a whiny character who is always just feeling bad for himself. And I don't like people like that. So his character is, like, I don't like him.
And
okay?
we're not allowed to, like, disagree in this segment, right? So I can only say things that support your opinion, right? Because
you can disagree if you want.
Well, I agree that he's not. A lot of people will say he's, like, the best character in the show.
No.
And I will just say, like, he's not even close. It's not even close. But his strategies contribute a lot to the scouts. But beyond that, that's his, like, one strength. His one contribution. Whereas most of the other characters have several things that they contribute. And they're way more interesting, I guess.
Well, they are. Just they're more interesting. They don't whine. They don't feel bad for themselves the entire time.
I mean, sometimes.
No, stop it. Don't. I know who you're thinking. That's not true. And
someone that you love.
Stop it. Because I do love him and he's amazing.
Okay,
and
well,
we're going to talk about
he's
him.
whiny.
Well,
I love him
a couple times, but his character makes sense as to why in those moments he feels whiny.
Okay.
Armin is just whiny all of the time. All the time.
I don't know. He lost
and I can't handle
too.
it. No, he didn't lose. He is
He
no.
didn't lose. He didn't lose his grandpa.
Fine, he lost his grandpa. That's it.
Spoiler.
Uh-oh. If you didn't watch the first episode.
You haven't seen episode 2 yet or read any of the manga.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But I don't understand it, okay? When I asked my sister, who's your favorite character?
Who's like an Armin
in my mind, there was not a chance. I was like, who's your favorite character? Favorite character.
From
okay?
Attack on Titan.
Favorite. Like, Armin was not even, when they said Armin, I was like, I'm sorry, did we watch the same anime? Like, I'm not sure. Armin, like, you know which one that is, right? Like, Armin? Are you saying Armin is your favorite?
You said Levi wrong.
Levi is not spelled like Armin, okay? No, but he's not a favorite character, okay? I do not like him.
Yeah, it's a stretch. Anyone that thinks Armin's like the best character in the show, that's a mad stretch.
Yeah, no, it's insane to me. I do not like him. And I'll mention that I don't like him in every episode, just so you guys know.
It'll come up.
Because I don't like him. So I like to joke about how much I hate him. So, okay, next one, Zenitsu. Oh my gosh. Okay, Zenitsu is like the biggest coward in the history of cowards. And it bugs me. He whines, he cries. He's literally crying. I can't remember like an episode where he was not bawling his eyes out. Like okay, and I know that some people think that's funny and they're like, "Oh my gosh, his character." No, I hate him. Okay? Like that his character is so it made me not want to watch Demon Slayer anymore. Like I literally was like, I think I'm going to be done watching it. Like I hate his character. I hate him. And then people are like, "Well, it's so cute that he like loves Zenitsu though." Zenitsu. People think it's cute that he loves Nezuko so much, right? They're like, "Well, he like loves her." And I'm like, "No, it's not cute because he does that with every girl." If he wasn't like that with every freaking woman that he saw, like all of them, when he's gonna go be like, when he's mad at like Tanjiro and Inosuke about the hard training they've been through, but he's like mad because he gets to hang out with girls all the time, right? Like, and they're like, "How can you be mad at that? You like lied. This is wonderful." And he like loves it because there's girls. He's like freaking out over all of them, right? Every time he sees a girl, it's like, oh, like the first scene you see him in, basically, I think it's one of the first ones. He's like asking this girl to like marry him. Like he doesn't love Nezuko. That's not real. Okay, that's stupid. And I have read the whole manga. I'm not only watching the anime based on what the anime is. Like, no,
most of our opinions
he doesn't change.
Like,
okay, I know the whole story. They had chances to like make it maybe be cuter with him and Nezuko to be like, and there's no spoilers. I'm not saying anything even happens with them. I'm just saying like people right now are like, "Oh my gosh, Nezuko and Zenitsu, he like loves her. It's so cute." And the part when no one else is allowed in there except for Nezuko. Do you remember when on the train when they're like sleeping? Right? And he's like, "Only Nezuko's allowed in here." But then he sees another girl and is just like, like his character. I hate his character.
I agree that diminishes like the appeal of him being into Nezuko. Like,
right.
Even though his dream, again, like little spoiler, is being with her.
Well, that's not a spoiler if you've seen the anime.
Right. If you've watched Mugen Train or read the manga, right?
Right.
But I agree that it diminishes because the love is like more exciting when it's like he's so focused on her that it's like it becomes sort of like a precious thing. But it's not, like,
at the beginning if it's like that, but once he sees Nezuko,
that's just his character trait.
He could have been like, "Oh my gosh, Nezuko," and then he's obsessed with her, but he's still obsessed with everyone that he sees. Like it doesn't make it cute. His character's stupid. And Tanjiro even sees that as well and mentions it one time.
Yeah.
He's literally like, "Well, I'm going to tell Nezuko that you said that." And he's like, "Wait, no, you can't tell her." Like, not that she cares. She like hates you. She's a demon. She hates you.
She's a demon.
Even if she wasn't a demon, she would still hate you.
Poor.
Just kidding. But those are my two. I can't stand either of them. Okay, like nope. Okay.
I'm gonna get more hate even. I think people can kind of be like, okay, well they're sort of annoying. But my like very uncool hero from anime that I just cannot freaking stomach is from Naruto, Tsunade's character. I know someone out there just passed out. I know because she's so rad, she's so powerful, she's so But here's the thing. She's one of the 3 seinen, right, of the war. Like she's like top tier and she's obsessed with her looks. Tsunade is the Hokage of the Leaf Village, right? And she is supposed to be using her chakra and her life force to protect the villagers. And do you remember when Pain comes around and there's the scene where she gets all old again, right? But it never shows her face old. Like it's like a shame or something for Tsunade to be like an old woman. But she's the same age as Jiraiya and Orochimaru, right? And they're totally like these warrior men that like wear their real faces and like they're not like obsessed with like looking young or like trying to be someone that they're not. Like why not be like proud of it just bugs me, dude, that this super powerful like awesome woman who's like a legitimate like war hero is so obsessed with looking young. It's so petty for someone like her. And I know she has her vices, right? Like her gambling and whatever. And it's like funny that she's like the granddaughter. Well, I guess I won't say anything else, but I just, it's so dumb. It so diminishes like her role in Naruto because she's super important. and they go to get her, and it's like this big dramatic thing, and that's like one of the coolest parts for Naruto's development is when he like fights off Kabuto. Like I don't want to spoil it, like it's so good, right? But then Tsunade just continues like trying to look young. Someone who's that hardcore and has been that successful, like fighting off bad people. Like she dedicated her entire youth to like fighting evil, but then she grows up, and even in like her like later years, she's what, like in her late 60s or something. Like, she's still just obsessed with, like, looking like a 20-year-old. It doesn't make sense to me. And I'm all about, this is the thing, is, like, I'm all about, like, the female power, right? Like, I love it when there's, like, a really good, like, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood has so many good female characters. And I love the women in that show because they're just, if everybody could be, I know that not all characters can be Hawkeye, right? I get that. But she's so cool.
Hawkeye's awesome, yeah.
And she's feminine, and she's still, like, you know, has feelings, and we know, whatever. But I just, Tsunade, man, was such a disappointment to me because I was like, no, a woman she's so decorated as like a hero. She was even recognized by these powerful, I mean, we know, right? The story, and it diminishes her as a person that she's so obsessed with her looks. So she goes on my, like, bad heroes list. I really wanted to like her too. I know. Okay, now we're going to do the fun thing though. This is the best part. We're going to talk about
I'm so excited.
The awesome villains.
I always love so many of the bad guys.
Yeah.
I can't help it. It's just that they're all so amazing.
Yeah.
So both of mine that I'm going to talk about today are actually from Full Metal. So Envy is one. I love Envy.
Envy's so rough.
Like, everything about him is, like, amazing. Except, of course, as long as you've watched the anime, in the first little bit, you obviously find out that he is the one that kills Hughes. And Hughes... So I was, like, devastated that he died, and I was pissed. And I thought I'd hate Envy. But then I just loved him. I couldn't hate him. Like, I love Envy. He's funny. He, like, doesn't care. And then he's like this cute little green creature too.
Okay,
that's
what I was gonna say. He's like super when he turns into like his natural form, dude. That's my favorite thing. And like I want one of those lizards. Like so, I don't even know what you call it. Like a lizard, a little like an Envy creature. Oh, dude, it's so cute. And
we have a sticker of him somewhere. Maybe not in here right now.
Oh, it's in my notebook. Yeah, we're gonna bring out the stickers one day. Like, I love that form of Envy. Anyway,
yeah. Well, I think all the forms too. I love the human form. I love the little green form, and I love his like angry dog form too. Like whatever he's like, he's just. Yeah. I love his character. I love the way he acts. I love the way he treats other people too. It's just he is like a great bad guy. I love him. And then the second one is Greed. More specifically, if again you've seen the anime, I don't want to ruin anything, but. More specifically, when Ling becomes Greed. It's a good pair. I really liked Ling's character. When he first appeared, I wasn't sure how I'd feel about him. Yeah. And then I really ended up liking him. And then when he became Greed, oh my gosh, I loved him even more. He is like my favorite character. I love Greed. He is just amazing in like every way. Yeah, there's nothing about him that is like bad or annoying or, in my opinion, he is like literally perfect in every way. Every way.
Agreed. And then mine, not only the voice actor who's amazing, but just the like the attitude of the character and like the like every time he shows up in One Punch Man, it just takes it to the next level, dude. Speed of Sound Sonic is the greatest. I just love him so much. He's the greatest villain of all time.
Yeah, he's great.
I don't think I'll ever love. Okay, here's the thing though, right? There's this show, Urami Chioni-san, right? Life Lessons. It's so funny, and there's a lot of people that I really love in that show. Kumatani is like my husbando, and like freaking we both love Kikaku,
is I think Greed, right? Isn't that his character? Like all of the voice actors that we love too, and all the characters they're all in Life Lessons.
And there's a lot like that. Like there's a lot of characters in Naruto, Hunter x Hunter. Like there's so many of them that are so good. But dude, I just love Sonic, man. He's just the best. Like every time he comes on screen, I just like my heart like overflows with joy. Anyway.
Well, he's just funny. He makes it like a fun.
He's hilarious when he cooks the cells. Like I just love him so much. Like if Sonic,
his childish smile that he has.
And like the way that he's just so like Saitama just like writes him off. And he just like you again. Like he's just so good, dude. Anyway, those are our picks. We're going to have way more on this. This is just like to get it started. We kind of went easy on it. We don't want to get too deep yet, but
I hate Armin. Thanks for watching.
Peace out.